So this is our trailer that we've been using. We drug it around a lot. It was a horse trailer, and it's pretty stout trailer. We put a toolbox on here, hauling water on here, but this trailer broke in two. If you guys can see this or not, right here. This is really good steel that runs the whole entire length of the trailer, and then right here you can see it's broke right here. If you guys can see that or not. So this tongue right here, and get a good see here. If you guys can see this, tongue is broke loose. Now it's still connected by this rather large pipe that runs back in here to this cross member right here, but it is broke on both sides. Here again, it's broke, and I'm gonna have to take everything off this trailer. And I've got a buddy of mine, he actually owns the roan horse. He's gonna weld it, so we're gonna add some welding to it, add some framing to it. I've got to get everything off this trailer, go get the materials so he can do that. In the meantime, I'm gonna put this toolbox on Yeller, and I have got to take and work on Yeller today. So here I am under Yeller, and what has happened is, drop my phone here. This shock mount here broke. The bolt broke, so I've got to take and figure out what I'm going to do. Right in here, I've got to take and punch this out, and there's not much way to get to it. That's my other problem. There's no place to access this bolt, so I have to take and figure out how I'm going to get in here. I'm going to have to cut the top off of this, and it's going to take and it's going to cause some issues. It broke, and when it broke, it caused the load to move around, and this is what happened. Don't know if you'll be able to see this or not in the shadows, but this bed came down on this tire, and it ate this tire up. It ate almost one whole tread off of it. Now these are 10-ply tires, but it about to eat it up. And when that happened, I had put some blocks in here. That's just a timeless piece of timeless post that I shoved in there between the overload spring and the buffer, and that came out. And it just caused all kinds of problems. When this bed was built, it's got a lot of extra material that probably needs to come out. And I haven't had time to really take and work on that. So there's not a lot of room here, a lot of clearance for loads. So I really got to fix that shock over there. We haul a whole lot of heavy loads on this truck, and right when this happened, the reason I haven't got to it is because this happened about 2 weeks. The trailer broke, this broke. We've been trying to use this truck, and it all happened about 2 weeks after my accident. So I haven't had time. I couldn't crawl around under it. You know, one of the major concerns that you have anytime you have a orbital fracture or orbital, break, and I had 4 of them in the floor, is that your eye can come out. And so you don't want to bend over. You don't want a lot of swelling. Even today, it'll swell up behind my eye, and it really puts a lot of pressure on my eye. So I'd be kind of careful what I'm doing. Just trying to get it to heal. I don't think at this point my eye would pop out, but just trying to get it to heal. The more it swells, that's not really good on all the tissue and everything. And but I've got to get this truck fixed. I've got to get the toolbox on this truck, kind of put everything in there and rearrange everything. So here's what I've discovered. This is the back side of that shock mount, and it's riveted here and here. And I'm gonna have to grind those off because there is no access to get a bolt through the back of the shock mount. And then I'm going to drop that shock mount down and put bolts back into place, because I got some grade 8 bolts I can put in there That's the only way I can access the shock mount and get a bolt through the back side of it. So that's what I'm going to have to do. And today, I don't have time. We've got to haul water today. Tonight is Bible study, and I got to get the toolbox on here, get it off that trailer. I really need to have this stuff here secured. We park this truck a lot of times at Anna's and different places, and sometimes things go missing. So gonna get a toolbox on here. We're not gonna be using the trailer right now. I've got to get the material for that and then schedule time for when my buddy can come over here and weld it up. So that's what we're gonna do now. We've got, after every project, we have to clean up. We've got our trucks just plumb full of trash, concrete bags, stuff like that. We've got tools scattered in 3 different vehicles, and so we need to tidy up and keep things, you know, organized. So that's what we're about today. By the time we get that done, get the toolbox on the yellow truck, get the water tank on there, it's going to be time to take and head to town. We've got to get feed today. We've got to get water today, and it's just one of those things where we really don't have time to jack that truck up, grind on it, and fix that today. We're just going to use it like it is and pray it sticks together. Alrighty, folks, we got the small, this is just 200-gallon tank on there to haul water, seeing as how our water trailers broke down. We got the toolbox here on Yeller. Got all of our tools in there, our necessary things we're gonna need. We got these strapped on now. Got another one on the other side with some odds and ends of things that are essential for running an old truck. Gonna have to wait another day to fix the shocks, but hopefully it'll be all right. Okay, guys. The other day, which was just a few seconds ago for you, a few minutes ago, I was talking about working on this truck. Needed to. It's been a few weeks, and I did get this truck worked on. I did it myself. I had to crawl under it. Moved real slow, but let me take and show you how I fixed the broken shock mount. So the first thing I had to do was grind off the rivets. They were very, very big rivets that held the shock mount on, and I had to put bolts back in their place. I put 2 bolts there and 2 bolts there, but I had to take the mount off because I had to put that bolt. That is a high tensile steel piece of stock. It's a threaded stock, and it fit perfectly. It was long enough, and I put that on there. And what I did is I took and on the see, where is that? Right there on the bolt end. After I got the bolt on there, of course there's a lock washer, I rounded it off, and then I redid the air lines, and I run them back over here. So right there's the air line. I did have it over there in that hole to begin with, and it was easier to put it out here. Hopefully I don't break it off, but the air shocks are still working good. Got the shock mount back on there. I had a piece of old stock laying around and some bolts that I had that I got at a yard sale, and put it all back together, and thus far it's working great. Everything's working good. It's keeping it up off of there. As you can see, I've lost the piece of rigid PVC, the piece of timeless out of there, but it is holding up, staying up above, so we're still in good shape. The other one's still on the other side, and I think that spring over there is just a little bit weaker than this side. So folks, with that being said, I'm gonna take and end this video up right here. I haven't done one of these endings. I've been using the same old ending because I really didn't feel like doing an ending. To be honest with you, I hadn't felt like being on YouTube much. Been trying to do some old videos, but I got some new content coming out. May incorporate still some of the same horse stuff from weeks ago. back in the summer, just to kind of fill in, but we're back at it. Finally getting back to work. I'm having to rely upon people to take and get some stuff done for me that I can't physically still do. Pounding T-posts, real strenuous, hard stuff. I've got to have help. And that's just part of it. They told me it's going to be a while, and I got to get my strength back. Anytime that you're sick or anytime you're hurt, you lose strength. And I've lost quite a bit, so we're getting back after it, and we're killing it right here before Christmas. So we're getting some things done. I want to thank y'all for stopping by. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. And until next time, if you don't know which way to go in this old world, commit your ways unto the Lord. Trust also in Him. He'll bring it to pass. We'll see you later.